Greetings, everyone. This is Miss Gibson. So, this is lecture 4, part 1 for your immune system. So, we've already discussed immunizations and vaccines a little bit in the last lecture. So, this is just going to be another quick overview of immunizations, why we get immunizations. So we know that immunizations protect you, your loved ones, and your community from dangerous diseases. They strengthen your immune system, prevent outbreaks, and can even save lives. So some key reasons to get immunized, these come from the CDC website as well as your book. Diseases still exist, so your viruses, bacteria, that can cause illnesses like measles, polio, and whooping cough haven't disappeared. Global travel makes it easy for them to spread. You want to protect your health. Vaccines reduce your risk of serious infections such as flu, HPV, and hepatitis B, some of which can lead to cancer. Community protection. That herd immunity. When most people are vaccinated, it protects those who can't be, like newborns or people with certain medical conditions that can't be vaccinated. Prevent deadly outcomes. Many vaccine preventable diseases can be fatal. Immunization can literally mean the difference between life and death. Safe and effective. Vaccines undergo vigorous testing and monitoring. They have a long track record of safety and effectiveness. Childhood protection. Infants are highly vulnerable. Vaccines given early safeguard them before they're exposed to harmful germs. And public health impact. Vaccines have eliminated or nearly eradicated diseases like smallpox and polio in many regions. Now here's a quick comparison. For some reason there we go. Benefits of immunization, risk of infection without vaccination is high, but with is greatly reduced. Risk of severe illness could be high, even life-threatening, without being vaccinated. If you are vaccinated, there's a low or even mild to none risk. Community protection without vaccinations is weak. With vaccination is strong. Disease elimination without the vaccine is impossible. But with it, it's achievable, just like polio and smallpox. Now, on the flip side of that, here's some different reasons why your patients might be hesitant on receiving vaccinations or getting their children immunizations. Personal beliefs and values, distrust in the institutions, fear of side effects. Even though side effects are rare, they still hold a very strong deterrent. Misinformation and myths, false claims such as vaccines cause autism and infertility. Perceived low risk. Some believe they are unlikely to contract the disease or that natural immunity is preferable. Cognitive biases, psychological factors such as availability bias, focusing on rare negative stories, or optimism bias, believing bad outcomes won't happen to them. Speed of development. In the case of COVID-19, many hesitated because vaccines were developed quickly, raising doubts about safety. Game theory dynamics. Some rational individuals assume others will vaccinate so they can have a free ride on herd immunity without taking the shot themselves. And then medical exemptions. Many small groups cannot be vaccinated due to severe allergies or conditions like myocarditis after a prior dose. So those are just reasons that you may have a patient that just refuses to get vaccinated, no matter what education or what proof you might show them. So the Centers for Disease Control lists recommended immunization schedule based on age. Vaccines offer artificial active immunity. You can go to the CDC website to get the vaccine schedule. I've also put that in this PowerPoint. So vaccines train your immune system to recognize and fight germs without causing the disease itself. Some vaccines provide lifelong protection, while others require boosters like tetanus or flu shot to maintain immunity. Artificial active immunity. These vaccines introduce a dead or attenuated antigen into the person's body, causing the body to produce antibodies to the specific antigen, thereby providing immunity to future exposure to antigens. This is your immunization schedule. It shows you at what age, what immunization is recommended. Side effects of immunization: fever, headache, tenderness, redness, soreness, pain at the injection site, fatigue, nausea, mild rash. That's all related to your body, your immune system doing what it needs to do. Barriers to immunization, just like the hesitancies, lack of insurance or funding, lack of transportation, lack of education, and then, of course, as always, your personal beliefs and cultural beliefs. If you have patients that have not been immunized, that's something you do need to know, or that maybe the charge nurse can decide what type of patients you need to be caring for. You wouldn't want to be taking care of an unvaccinated person and then someone who is sick with, say, I don't know, some type of disease that affects their immune system. The charge nurse would make sure to separate those two, and put them with a nurse that has like patients. So this was just a short little snippet of immunizations. I just wanted to have a discussion about why there's hesitancy or why we even do immunizations. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or pop in to my office. Thank goodness in this lecture I didn't stumble across many words. I'm sure you guys get a lot of laughs from that. Thank you and have a good day.